Hey guys, Ross Cummins here with Keller Williams Legacy Group, and I'm here with Alex Milburn, and we're talking about some ways to accomplish the 2019 goal of buying your first home. So, whenever I'm talking to a client, one of the first things that I recommend they do is they sit down with the loan officer and kind of talk about what their payment options are going to be,
Right.
how much they're really looking at, because I don't want them to get sticker shock once they've already found the perfect house that they've fallen in love with and said they were looking at 150. Now they've got to go back to 100 because that's where they want to be on their budget.
Right.
So
Exactly.
pre-qualified is normally the number one thing I tell them to do.
Mhm.
So how does that actually work? Like behind the scenes, whenever they reach out to you, what is like step one?
So the number one step, that's the hardest one, is
Really?
to get somebody just to pick up the phone and call or see me or you and just contact us and talk, And it doesn't cost anything to get consultations. So the number one thing is just to contact me, kind of tell me what your plans are, what your ideas are, what you want to put down, where do you want your payment, and then we get into the application process. And once we start the application process, which is really easy, it's just your personal information, where you work, your assets, that kind of thing. I can take a credit application in 5 minutes over the phone. I have an online application that I can text or email. Ross has it as well. He can text it to you. And once you click that link, it takes you right to my application. It loads right into my system. Probably takes 5 or 10 minutes to fill out. And once I have that, I can get a really good idea of, where we need to be for the maximum amount, what your payments will be. Of course, we want to get your other documentation to support it. So pay stubs, just to verify income, W-2 bank statements, all that kind of stuff once we get going, and send to an underwriter.
Okay.
But yeah, to get started, just do an application. Just pick up the phone, call me, text me, call or text Ross.
What if I'm getting ready to buy a house? Like maybe
Mhm.
I know my credit is bad, so
Right.
I want to work on it a little bit. I don't exactly know what to do. Like, could you help me there?
Yeah, call me. Just 5 or 10 minutes. We'll talk about, what has happened to make your credit, if it is subpar or not where you want it to be. Let's just come up with a game plan and say, well, I can tell if you did these things here over the next 30, 60 days, it's going to improve your score.
Like when I bought my personal home, I know you recommended that I needed to get a little credit card, and it actually bumped my credit score up like, I don't know, like 40% or something.
There's
like
so
that.
many
Like,
different things
it
you
was
can
crazy.
do.
Or 40 points, my bad.
Right. You can pay down credit cards under certain amounts, and it'll bump your score. You can get added as an authorized user on people's credit cards. So say you have a family member, you don't even have to use that credit card. Just call the credit card company, say you want to be added as an authorized user with the party who owns the card, and it will pull over their credit history onto yours. So there's so many different ways that we can improve a score quickly.
I've actually had some clients that have done that in the past. Like that's kind of like a
I do
hack.
it all the time. Yeah.
Like I've had parents where they know they're going to use a credit card no matter what, so they put their kid on there, and basically they're just making their own credit card payments, but it's actually helping their kid
Right.
raise their credit score. That way they're in a better standpoint whenever it comes to buying a vehicle or buying a house or whatever they need in life.
Yeah, and you would be surprised. So say they've had this credit card and they've paid perfect on it for 2 years. That pulls all that credit history onto your account or your credit report, and it can improve somebody's score from not being able to buy to being able to buy. So it's just really important just to talk to me, talk about your score, talk about kind of where you're wanting to go as far as price and that kind of thing, and then we'll come up with a game plan. If it's not the right time now, it will be in the future.
I gotcha.